We are taking part in the MG Car Club, MG Car Club of Switzerland. The event is called the European Event of the Year.
Yes.
To celebrate their 60th anniversary of being a club.
Okay.
Many countries are coming from all over Europe.
Yes.
So that they can celebrate the 60th anniversary.
Yes.
And there are rallies in two parts. The weekend we had 400 cars, but half of those were from Switzerland. The rest of the people are staying on for the rest of the week, and we're having lots of trips out each day to different places in Switzerland. Today we were heading for Real to go on the railway up to the top of the Glebsch.
And now I hear it's a problem with the cars.
Yeah, well, it's much steeper than we thought, and so we thought we would come down here and try and catch the train rather than stress the old ladies.
What's the age from this car?
These are both 1929 cars.
Yes.
And the type of car is an MG 18/80.
Okay.
1880. And that means 18 horsepower, 80 miles an hour, theoretically.
The old good times, huh?
Yes.
And can you show me a little bit from the car,
yes.
the engine, or?
It's, in 1929, this was considered to be quite a good car. It had, excuse the screwdriver, it's holding something in. Not meant to be there. It's a 2.5 litre engine, 6-cylinder, overhead camshaft, twin carburettors. So in 1929, this was when most cars had side valve engines, to have an overhead camshaft engine is very, very unusual. And it was a lot of money. It was, in the days, £550, which would have been the same amount of money as buying a house in outer London.
Expensive.
In fact, you could buy 2 modest houses for the price of this car in 1929.
Unbelievable, huh? Yeah.
So it's an MG. It's from England.
Yes.
It's one of the very earliest MGs. It's not the first MG model. The first MG model was based on a bullnose Morris with a round radiator made by Morris.
Yes.
And that's where the MG stands for, Morris Garages.
I want to ask you, that's the name.
That's where it comes from.
Okay.
And the man, Morris was a big motor manufacturer. He was the biggest motor manufacturer in Europe at the time. He was turning out, the only other manufacturer that was bigger at the time was Ford.
Yes.
And he modelled all his engineering and production techniques on Ford and brought them to England. And it was huge. He was making a huge number of cars. And Morris Garages sold Morris cars. And there was a man called Cecil Kimber, and he was just a general manager selling cars for Morris, and he liked sporting motoring, cars that went a little bit faster. And so he took a standard bullnose Morris, put the windscreen,
yes, more even faster,
funny colours, different colours, and that was the sporting model, which they called Morris Garages Oxford Special. And from that, he had a huge, the undergraduates in Oxford was where he was making, loved having these cars. And so his sales went up, and he went to his boss, William Morris, and said, "Can I have a small factory to make these Morris Garages specials?" And Morris said, "Okay, yes, you can do that." So he first of all started with a small garage, and very quickly in a year he had a bigger garage, then a big factory, and finally moved in 1929 to...
Okay, grüezi. Möchten Sie wegfahren? Nicht? Ja.
In 1929 he moved to Abingdon in Oxfordshire and started making the sort of MGs most people are familiar with, which are very small, 2-seater, with the big wings.
Yes.
That's the start of. That's how it started.
1920.
1929. Well, the very first MG with a proper badge on, called an MG, was 1927.
1927. The first MG.
Yeah.
In the world.
But that's right. But then this is the first model that Kimber designed as a proper MG. He designed the radiator, proper MG radiator. The chassis was all made by Morris, by MG, I beg your pardon, and the engine was designed for this car as well. So it's a proper MG. Now, you're very lucky today because there are only a few cars in the world like this left. We've brought 2 of them to Switzerland for the holiday. This one is an 1880 with a tourer body, which the hood can come down, but it's
Yes.
4-seater.
Yes.
And here, exactly the same car. This is an 1880 chassis and engine, but it has, as you can see, a very unusual fabric-bodied car.
Is this
Made
still
for-
original?
Yes, this is how it was
Really?
made. This was an original design.
It's good.
As you can see,
Good shape.
and
huh?
my friend here,
For 8 years, 90. 8
Yes.
years about.
yes,
Yes.
my friend's restored this car himself.
Uh-huh.
And can you imagine how difficult it is to stretch this fabric
Yes.
all over the car
Yes.
with the stitching?
And it's still original.
No, this has been, he's restored it
Restored,
himself,
okay,
made
okay.
it himself.
Yes.
And if you look inside, the level of luxury for 1929 was fantastic.
Can I take a look inside, please? Thank you.
I think I know how to open it. Just move this out of the way for you.
Okay.
As you can see, it was
Really luxury.
Bit of a shambles
Look at
in
that.
there.
Hi. Nice car. It's very cozy in there.
Very cosy, yes.
Yes.
And that comes
Ah,
out.
look at that.
That's not supposed to be there.
We bring the family to the.
Yeah.
What's the mother from? Schwiegermutter. We call Schwiegermutter. That means the mother from the husband or from the wife.
Oh yeah.
What's the name?
Oh, yes.
In law.
Mother-in-law.
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 That's
Yeah.
for visit. Okay.
Yeah, so-
And inside it looks really. What's the word? Natural or
Natural.
in the early beginnings?
It is comfortable. It's
Yes.
yes. It's very red.
Okay. Yeah.
Everything is red.
It looks like an English pub a little bit.
Yes.
You know the
We,
food.
we call it like a tart's boudoir, you know?
I didn't understand that.
A lady of the night's boudoir.
Okay, okay. Okay. And you can start the engine for the last and then we are finished. Just for show how it works or what you have to do
Well,
to make this.
it's a funny old. As you can see, it has absolutely standard satellite navigation.
Oh, that's still original.
It's still original.
Oh, look at that. One step and he's running. He's
Oh yes, yeah.
really good move, yeah?
Coming here today, the reason we've stopped going higher is we blew one of the plugs out of to keep the water in the engine,
Okay, okay.
and it blew out.
Oh, that's
And we
too
lost
hot.
3 gallons of water,
Okay.
15 litres of water,
Yes.
and we didn't have enough water, so we had to very, very carefully come up. We were coming on the motorway
Yes.
so we could find somewhere where there was water.
Yeah, yeah. But it doesn't matter for the engine. It's still okay.
Yes, it seems okay, but
Okay.
we're not going to risk it anymore. So
Yeah, yeah.
as you can see, it goes around very, very slowly.
Slowly, yeah.
It also goes quite quickly as well. Expensive
Hey. And then you drive to which place
Well,
now?
we're based in Zug
Zug, yes.
for a week.
Okay.
We arrived last Friday on the 8th of August, and we're there all week until this Thursday evening, which is what, 14th or something, is it? And then we're heading back to England. So we drove all the way from England to here, which is we've done. I think so. Left home.
You make the whole way with the car.
I've
That's
done
right.
over 1,000 miles, nearly
Yeah.
1,100 miles. So yes,
Okay. Well, thank you
okay.
very much.
it's my pleasure.
It's do you have internet?
Yes.
When
we
you
do.
take a look in 1 week about uritv.ch.
Write that down.